Chapter 15 Some Natural Phenomena. In this session, we will study about lightning. What are natural phenomena? Phenomena which occur in nature are natural phenomena. Cyclones, storms, lightning, earthquakes, etc. are natural phenomena which can cause destructions. In class 7, you learned about winds, storms and cyclones. You know that phenomena like storms, cyclones, earthquakes, etc. cause a lot of damage to human life and property. In this chapter, we will study about two destructive natural phenomena, lightning and earthquakes. Lightning. In this session, we will study about lightning. Have you seen sparks on an electric pole when wires become loose? Have you seen sparks when a plug is loose in its socket? Lightning is also an electric spark, but on a huge scale. Lightning is an electrical discharge or an electric spark that occurs in nature on a major scale. In ancient times, people did not understand the cause of lightning. They were afraid of lightning. They thought that lightning is the wrath of gods. Lightning occurs when gods become angry. But now, due to the advancement in science, we know the reason of lightning. So, we need not be afraid of lightning. But we have to take precautions to protect ourselves from lightning. Because lightning can be deadly and can cause destructions of life and property. So, we have to take precautions to protect ourselves from lightning. Earlier, around 600 BC, one Greek philosopher, Thales, observed that when amber, a type of resin, was rubbed with fur, it attracted objects like hair. Greek philosopher Thales observed that when amber is rubbed with fur, it attracted some materials like hair, wood shavings, etc. You might have observed that when you take off woolen or polyester clothes, your hair stands on end. If you take off these clothes in the dark, you can see a spark and hear a crackling sound. In 1752, Benjamin Franklin, an American scientist, showed that lightning and the sparks from the clothes are the same phenomena. It took 2000 years for this understanding. You might have observed that a plastic comb or plastic scale rubbed with dry hair can attract very small pieces of paper. To understand more about lightning and how it is produced, let's do an activity. Inflate two balloons. Hang them in such a way that they do not touch each other. Now, rub both the balloons with a woolen cloth and release them. What do you observe? You can observe that the charged balloon repels the other charged balloon. Now, repeat the activity with the used pen refills. Rub one refill with polythene and place it carefully in a glass tumbler. using the tumbler as a stand. Rub the other refill also with polythene. Bring it close to the charged refill. Do not touch the charged end with your hand. Is there any effect on the refill kept in the tumbler? You can observe that the two refills repel each other. In both these cases, the charged objects, that is, the charged balloons and the charged refills, repelled each other. We can see that these objects were made of the same material. The two balloons, which were made of the same materials, when charged, repelled each other. Similarly, the two charged refills repelled each other. Now, once again rub the refill with polythene and place it in the tumbler. Bring an inflated charged balloon near the refill and observe. You can observe that the charged balloon attracts the charged refill. From this observation, it is clear that the charge on the balloon is of a different kind from the charge on the refill. We can conclude that charges of the same kind repel each other. While charges of the different kind attract each other. Like charges repel each other and unlike charges attract each other. How is charge generated when two objects are rubbed each other? And what are the two different types of charges generated? When one object is rubbed with another object, static electricity is produced. This is due to the transfer of electrons from one substance to the other while rubbing. But these electrons do not flow as in dynamic electricity. That's why the electricity produced is called static. When one object is rubbed with another object, electrons transfer from one object to the other. The substance which loses electron becomes positively charged, and the substance which receives or gains electrons becomes negatively charged. In the previous activity, when a balloon is rubbed with a woolen cloth, balloon becomes negatively charged as electrons are gained by the balloon. Electrons move from the wool to the balloon. As a result, the balloon becomes negatively charged. When two charged balloons are brought together, they get repelled because like charges repels and unlike charges attracts each other. As the two balloons are having the same charge, the balloons get repelled. Electrical charge can be transferred from a charged object to another through a metal conductor. To understand this, let's do an activity. Take an empty jam bottle. Take a cardboard and make a hole and insert a metal paper clip. Open out the paper clip and hang two strips of aluminum foils of the size 4 cm times 1 cm on the paper clip. Take a cardboard and make a hole and insert a metal paper clip through the hole as shown in the diagram, and then open out the paper clip and hang two strips of aluminium foils on the paper clip. Charge a refill and touch it with the end of the paper clip. What do you observe? Now touch other charged objects with the end of the paper clip. You can repeat the activity by using other charged objects. What is your observation? In this activity, when the paper clip touched the charge refill, the aluminium foils repelled each other. From where did the aluminium foils get charge? The aluminium foils receive charge from the refill through the paper clip. You can say that the charge from the refill is transferred to the aluminium foils through the paper clip. This shows that electrical charge can be transferred from a charged object to another through a metal conductor. Here, the aluminium foils receive the same charge from the charge refill. That is why they get repelled. Such a device can be used to test whether an object is carrying charge or not. This device is known as electroscope. Electroscope is a simple device which is used to test the presence of charge in an object. If a charged object is connected to the earth by means of a conductor, it loses charge to the earth. When a charged object loses its charge, it is said to be discharged. You can say that when a charged object is connected to the earth, it gets discharged. That is, the charge flows from the charged object to the earth. The process of transferring of charge from a charged object to the earth is called earthing. Earthing is provided in buildings to protect us from electrical shocks due to any leakage of electric current. Have you observed chains hanging at the back of a truck touching the road? These chains are used to provide a conducting path to the charges developed on the body of the truck due to the friction. This avoids sparks and thus prevents any possible explosion which can occur. The story of lightning. You know that when two substances are rubbed each other, static electricity is produced or electric charge is produced, and this electric charge can be transferred from the charged object to the earth through a conductor. Now, let's explain the story of lightning, the mechanism of lightning. You know that lightning is an electrical discharge or electric spark on a large scale. It is caused by the accumulation of charges in the clouds. During a thunderstorm, the hot air moves upwards while the raindrops move downwards. This leads to a separation of charges in the atmosphere. Air movements and collision between various types of precipitation particles in the middle of the cloud cause the particles to become charged. The lighter ice crystals become positively charged and are carried upward, while the heavier particles are accumulated at the lower part of the cloud. Negative charges get accumulated in the lower edges of the clouds, while the positive charges accumulate at the upper edges. Positive charges accumulate near the ground also. When the charges get accumulated largely, the air, though a poor conductor, cannot resist their flow. That is, when the charges get accumulated in the atmosphere, they flow from the atmosphere towards the earth. You know that air is a poor conductor of electricity. The negative and positive charges meet, which results in the production of electrical sparks in the form of streaks of bright light, which is called electrical discharge. Lightning is electrical discharge on a huge scale. You know that lightning is accompanied by loud sound. Thunder. How is thunder produced? Thunder is the sound caused by lightning. At the time of lightning, there will be a sudden increase in the pressure and temperature. This leads to rapid expansion of air. Due to the heat produced during electric spark, air heats up. At that time, light air moves upward, while cool air rushes to that area. Or heated air from lightning expands rapidly and creates a pressure wave. This wave is the sound you hear. Though lightning and thunder are produced at the same time simultaneously, we see the lightning. After some time only we hear the sound. This is because light travels faster than sound. As lightning is destructive, we have to take precautions to protect ourselves from lightning. Let's see what are the safety measures to be taken at the time of lightning. Do not stay in open places at the time of lightning, as these open places are not safe. Find a safe place like a house or a building. At the time of lightning, get shelter in a house or in a building. If you are traveling by car or bus, then shut the windows and doors. It is safe to be inside if the windows and doors are shut. If you are in open space like a ground or field, squat low on the ground. Place your hands on your knees with your head between the hands. This is the position or safe position if we are outside, especially in a ground. Do not carry umbrella during thunderstorms. It is not advisable to carry umbrella because the charges can be transferred to the earth through the umbrella as it is made of metal. When the charges are accumulated, the charges find an easier way to move to the earth. So, it is not safe to touch on materials which are made up of metals at the time of lightning because metals are good conductors. If you are inside the house, then avoid contact with telephone cords, metal pipes, electrical wires, etc. You know that lightning is an electrical discharge. The charges can be transferred to the earth through metal conductors. So, avoid contact with metals at the time of lightning. Do not call through a wired phone. But it is safer to use mobile phones and cordless phones. Bathing should be avoided during lightning time. To avoid contact with running water, do not take bath. Electrical appliances like computers, TVs, etc. should be unplugged. Electrical lights can remain on. They do not cause any harm. Lightning conductors. Lightning conductor is a device used to protect buildings from the effect of lightning. A metal rod taller than the building is installed in the walls of the building during its construction. One end of the rod is kept out in the air and the other is buried deep in the ground. The rod provides easy route for the transfer of electric charge to the ground. The metal columns used during construction, electrical wires and water pipes in the buildings also protect us to an extent. The electric charge produced can be transferred to the earth through all these ways. So, do not touch them during a thunderstorm.